Top 7 Best Budget Razer Keyboards in 2022. Through extensive research and testing, I have put together the list of options that will meet the need of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or particular use, we have got you covered. For more information, I have put links of products in the description. Make sure to check it out. Like the video, comment, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. Number 6. Razer DeathStalker V2 Pro. The Razer DeathStalker V2 Pro delighted in our testing. It's been a while since the low-profile design has graced the brand shelves, but if you're looking for the quick snap and super crisp optical switch, the latest release is well worth a look. Not only is this one of the best Razer keyboards overall, but we actually found it's the best specifically for typing, all thanks to those shorter keycaps and streamlined design. Yes, these are particularly sensitive switches, something we struggled with in the early days of our testing. However, with a little muscle memory, we were soon flying across the deck and started to value such twitch reflex reactivity in both work and play. Not only is this a solid piece of kit in itself, but the DeathStalker V2 Pro is also one of the few wireless options from Razer. The brand promises a 26-hour battery on full brightness, with 200 hours at no RGB. We found that this rang true during our own use, clocking an average 27 hours per charge with LED blaring at full whack. Number 5. Razer BlackWidow V3 Pro. There's no doubt about it, wireless gaming keyboards are pricey. That means you'll want to make sure you're getting a good amount of luxury in your deck, especially if you're spending over $200/PS200. Thankfully, the Razer BlackWidow V3 Pro has bags of premium features packed in, all with a durable build quality and some nice-to-haves in the spec sheet as well. Not only are you getting one of the nicest media wheels we've ever laid hands on with a full deck of premium Razer switches and all the chroma you can expect from the snakes, but there's a solid wireless performance here as well. Whether plugged in or tether-free, we were impressed by the speeds on offer here. Gone are the days where wireless decks lag behind their cabled counterparts. The Razer BlackWidow V3 Pro absolutely flies. You've got a choice between 2.4 GHz and a Bluetooth connection here, but we'd recommend sticking with the 2.4 GHz dongle for the best response times. Bluetooth wasn't exactly a trudge, but things are certainly zippier when directly communicating with that USB attachment. Number 4. Razer Huntsman Mini Analog. Don't let the size of the Razer Huntsman Mini Analog fool you. It's every bit the equal of its full-size counterparts. That's because it also features the same excellent analog optical switches for adjustable and variable actuation and dual-step macro mapping as the full-size Razer Huntsman V2 above. It's a delight for typing and as speedy as you would expect from the esports-focused design. But its main benefits lie in that customization. You're able to set your own actuation point here, which means you can opt for a more sensitive 1.5mm to a heavier 3.6mm. That means you're sorted whether you rely on the tap of a twitch reflex or prefer a more satisfying press to your keys. In our testing, we found the perfect sweet spot somewhere in between these points, but a lighter touch came in particularly handy during high-octane Apex Legends moments. Not only can you adjust each key's behavior in this way, but you can also set certain keys to act in a manner more similar to a thumbstick. A usual mechanical keyboard switch will register an on or off input, responding with a single command to the computer as a result. However, the Huntsman Mini Analog registers the pressure placed on each switch in, as you guessed it, analog manner, using light-based actuation. That means you can, for example, set your WASD keys to respond with movement speed based on how far you're pressing the switch. It's a little fiddly to set up, and it's not fully supported by all games particularly well. But once you've mastered this feature, it's a real game changer. Number 3. Razer BlackWidow Elite. BlackWidow keyboards have been at the top of the mechanical tree for many years, and this latest Elite iteration seems likely to keep it there. With an arsenal of thoughtful features and a more streamlined design than we've seen in previous BlackWidow models, the Razer BlackWidow Elite seems to solve some of the line's early problems. While you are dropping dedicated macro keys, there's more than enough functionality in here to make up for it, including Razer Hypershift, an additional layer of programmability accessible via a modifier key. We found the BlackWidow Elite to be taller than other Razer decks, with a high-profile design that did become cumbersome during longer testing sessions. However, the concave keycaps kept us in line. Those keycaps are working hard as well. The clicky green switches in our testing unit were incredibly sensitive, which came in handy for twitch reflex maneuvers. However, we did find ourselves making several mistakes with unwanted key presses. That means we'd recommend taking a look at the orange switches if you're looking for extra precision. Number 2. Razer Cynosa V2. The Razer Cynosa V2 manages to feel great under your hands without breaking the bank, which isn't an easy find in the world of Razer keyboards. Not only is it one of the brand's best decks for value for money, but it's one of the cheapest models worth running on the whole market as well. While it holds an MSRP of $59.99/PS $59.99, we actually see this model well under $50/PS $50 regularly. While these rubber dome switches are a little cheaper by nature, the Cynosa manages to implement them in a way that still feels tactile and responsive. Plus, you're keeping the quiet typing experience of a non-mechanical deck as well. It should be said, though, that in our testing we did come across a few squeaky keys. While no means a deal breaker, and certainly not a constant sound, the odd ting noise could become irritating if they build up over time. We were still flying across the board with excellent actuation speed and response, which is more than can be said for the majority of budget gaming keyboards. Not only that, but you're also getting dedicated media controls and a full set of RGB LED as well. Number 1. Razer Huntsman V2 Analog. The keys of the Razer Huntsman V2 Analog are designed to mimic the thumbsticks of a controller. Essentially, each key is a variable actuation point, so you can use different levels of pressure in order to produce a different response from the keyboard. That's a revelation in our books, allowing us to push harder on a key to run faster or move with greater precision. In our testing, this nifty little feature offered up far smoother gameplay in Watch Dogs, Legion and Elite Dangerous alike. We were cruising around asteroids and subtly adjusting our flight patterns with the help of that variable actuation rate. It was a real game changer once we set it up. There's a lot of fiddling required to make the switches perform to their full potential. For example, mapping thumbstick controls to WASD insert in game meant the title itself thought we using a full controller. That meant some commands were being automatically mapped to non-existent trigger buttons. Of course, this was fixed by diving back into the Synapse software, but it's worth noting that this is not a plug-and-play affair. Nevertheless, his is a Razer keyboard designed for FPS, racing, and flight sim fans, with the WASD keys never feeling so in tune with our own gameplay requirements. While we wouldn't chalk it up as a necessity, it's certainly difficult to switch back to a regular deck once you got used to it. Aside from that key feature, the Razer Huntsman V2 Analog still packs some considerable power under the hood. Razer's optical switches mean you are getting a super fast response, but there's still a mechanical click feel here as well. Add dedicated media keys and dial, USB pass-through, and a luxurious leatherette magnetic wrist rest, and you've got yourself a particularly premium deck with a twist. So guys, that's all for the top 7 best budget Razer keyboards in 2022. The links of all products are given in the description, which are updated for the best prices. Subscribe our channel for more videos. We will meet in next video. Till then, take care, bye.